After the disaster that was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, it looks like Rocksteady is about to make another single-player game by going back to its roots. We have this article from Games Radar which reads, Rocksteady is reportedly looking to recover from its Suicide Squad ordeal with a return to its roots, a new single-player game. The article reads, the game would ideally return Rocksteady to its roots, Bloomberg writer Jason Schreier says in a June 6th report. Investment analyst Doug Crute later tells Bloomberg that I think Rocksteady will definitely get another at-bat with publisher Warner Brothers Games, hopefully with something more aligned with their demonstrated talents. The article continues, over time the leader's vision kept morphing, most notably switching from an emphasis on melee combat to heavily focusing on guns, Schreier writes. The change left some staff members wondering why protagonists such as Boomerang, known for fighting with his namesake weapon, would suddenly pivot to gunplay. Ultimately, Warner Brothers appears to have a $200 million dud on its hands, but a new IP could be exactly what Rocksteady needs to get back on its feet. Now, first things first, I don't think Rocksteady even wanted to really make a live service Suicide Squad game, but it was of course the higher ups at Warner Brothers Games, just like other higher ups in other companies. Everyone in the industry was pushing for live service games and battle royales. However, I think the last few years have shown the gaming industry that this isn't as easy as it may seem. It seemed like Sony also readjusted their aims to making live service games until they refocused on making single player games with a couple live service games here and there. So we have seen this quite a bit so far. And even with Ubisoft, they had over 12 Battle Royale live service games in development before they axed a majority of them. So I don't think it was Rocksteady who were the ones who really wanted to make a live service game. And just like it says in the Bloomberg article, even the developers questions why a character like Boomerang would use a gun instead of a boomerang. And with the higher ups keep changing their mind about what kind of focus they want the game to be with gunplay now, when it was originally intended to be a melee combat focused game. It hopefully seems that with this new game that Rocksteady is pitching, it will go back to the roots of Batman Arkham games, being perhaps a stealth-focused superhero title, maybe even returning to the Batman Arkham roots, or perhaps Rocksteady would want to try something different this time, as we know that we have a Wonder Woman game in development, which will kind of be a hybrid of the Batman Arkham games and the Shadow of War games with the Nemesis system. Maybe Rocksteady would like to make something a little bit different from the Batman games, like of course a Superman game. Now I think with the new Superman movie coming out next year, it will gain Superman some much needed attention from the public. And of course, if this new DCU is successful, we'll be seeing a lot of Superman over the next 10 plus years with the DCU. So perhaps now, of course, because games take so long to make, it's better to start development on a Superman game if that is the direction they are going for. And we already know that an announcement of a Superman game will just have people so excited. And to finally see a modern day Superman game and a Superman game done right, hopefully, would get a ton of people excited. It will help with cross promotion for the games in the movie. And we already know that Superman is a melee focused type character, and there are just so many abilities you can use with Superman. And I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to make a Superman game because he's so overpowered, but there's tons of comic book material to draw inspiration from, and I personally think that would be the best character to choose to make a new trilogy on, as we haven't had a true Superman game in a very long time. Or Rocksteady could continue with the Arkham Universe, or reboot it, or do a Batman Beyond style game, as there was a cancelled Batman Arkham Legacy game which took inspiration from the Batman Beyond series. However, this time it would be Damien Wayne taking over the mantle of the Batman. I really would love to see this story play out, and because they already had plans of this game before, I would love to see their vision finally come to light. There was also concept art of an old man Batman in this game. However, this was the vision of the Warner Brothers Montreal studio, so not really Rocksteady, so I doubt the Rocksteady developers would be passionate to make this game. They could also make a Flash game, a Green Lantern game. I really do think if they are going down the DC route, they would have to pick a major character in order to get that initial fan buzz, but perhaps they may even go in the direction of a different Warner Brothers IP, like a Game of Thrones, The Matrix, or even Lord of the Rings. I think a Game of Thrones game for console would be something very fresh and new, because we haven't haven't really had a true Game of Thrones game, especially for the last generation or this generation. And with House of Dragon and all the new different Game of Thrones spin-offs coming to TV, I think fans will be extremely excited for a Game of Thrones verse game. And I personally would also be excited for a Matrix game, as I think you could do some very cool stuff with that. But let me know in the comment section below, what game do you think Rocksteady will be making next? What game are they pitching to Warner Brothers? It's very likely it's a DC game in my opinion, and I really hope it's a Superman game. That would be one at the top of my list if I get to choose any. And with the upcoming Superman movies and him now being the face of the new DCU, which is hopefully successful, it will bring Superman back into the public eye, and we'll just have a lot of people excited if they do announce a Superman game. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. Go ahead and watch my previous Batman Arkham videos in the description and pinned comment section below. We also talk about The Last of Us Part 3, the next Cyberpunk game, The Witcher 4, and so much more. So feel free to browse the channel to see any games that you like. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and I'll see you in my next videos. Take care, guys.
For my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces, hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh.